Hello, Gemini. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and thank you for becoming a member. So let's see what messages Spirit has for you. So we have the Page of Pentacles and the King of Swords. I'm hearing you thought and pretty penny. You thought and pretty penny. And I'm also hearing you thought you were spending my pretty penny. What's at the bottom? Ooh, child. Bottom of the deck is the Fool. Yeah, you thought. You thought. Yeah, somebody thought they were going to get one over on you. They thought you would have to come out of your pocket, come out of whatever resource that you are offering. They thought. A big thinker. A big stink thinker. Okay? Ooh, let's take this Fool out. So yeah, Gemini. I don't know what's going on, but someone thought they was gonna pull a fast one, and it did not go down that way. Not one bit. I'm hearing the final hour. Okay, so maybe in the final hour, just like the last moment, something goes wrong, or someone shows their ass just a bit too much, and you're like, ooh, never mind. So you might have, for some of you, you were probably going to give that person that pretty penny or that pretty resource, whatever. But at the final hour, your ancestors or universe, God, your spirit team was like, no, I don't think you want to do that. It's either they made you aware of something or they just blocked it. You know, like the contract never went through, the transaction was returned to your bank, some shit like that. I don't know what it is, but mm-mm, mm-mm. So yeah, I feel like someone was planning on taking advantage of you. Excuse me. I feel like someone was planning on taking advantage of you, and then, like I said, it was a big stink thinker. Okay, with this King of Swords here. Okay, let's clarify. This Page of Pentacles, and then, like I said, the Fool, stink thinker. So someone could be full of shit, which is why your ancestors or your spiritual team blocked something, or something was full of shit, like an offer was full of shit. But that Fool, there's like, no, don't jump off this bridge. Don't jump off this ledge, okay? Not this one. This one doesn't have any safety nets over there, okay? So let's not do this one. So let's clarify this Page of Pentacles. Yeah, safety net. So pretty penny, something could cost a lot, or just not just financially. Things can cost a lot emotionally and in other ways. So something could have costed you a lot of time, energy, emotions, money, whatever. All right. And that could have dipped into your safety net. That could have left you feeling like you don't have a safety net. So that's why your spiritual team pulled out. Yeah, 9 of Cups. Okay, 9 of Cups. It was like, no, don't enter that karmic cycle. Don't enter that contract because it's not gonna work out in the end. Oh wow. Bottom of a deck is a tower in reverse. So you saved yourself a tower. Like I said, going back to a safety net. Okay? I feel like someone was praying. This could be, I don't know, scammers. This could be family members asking for shit. This could be whatever it is that the resource someone wanted from you, or someone wanted you to sign a contract. Whatever the contract is that you were supposed to do and that you were probably on the verge of doing, but you didn't and it fell through. Ooh boy, it saved you a lot. Okay, because we have tower in reverse, a thought. So before that thought was able to manifest into this page of pentacles, physical, with that pentacles energy, before someone was able to manifest into this earth, your ancestors say, get out of here. Alright, get the fuck up out of here. You thought you was about to make that free throw. You thought you was about to make that goal. I don't know. Someone thought. Even you, Gemini, you thought you was gonna be successful in this contract or whatever, but nope, they blocked the hell out of that in the best way possible. So maybe you yourself gotta get over your feelings of what you thought would manifest and how it would, and you know, because in the long run, it wasn't gonna work out the way you wanted it to. Telling you, it would have caused this tower. You would have made some sort of formed some sort of energetic cords of bullshit. Okay? So let's clarify this King of Swords. So yeah. Either someone thought they was gonna play with you, or you thought something was gonna manifest one way and it didn't, and that's okay. I'm telling you, that's okay. Appreciate it, love it. I know it's bittersweet, but yeah, right now it just might be bitter, but soon it will be sweet as well. So clarified King Swords. Yeah, this is not something you wanted to work towards, something you wanted to plant your seeds in, because it would not have been fruitful. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It would have had you with this Ten of Wands. It would have had you doing the most and receiving very little or nothing at all, because this plant is growing in the reverse, so not growing at all. Meanwhile, you're still having to do a bunch of work. So I'm also hearing Spirit could have saved you from working harder instead of working smarter. So yeah, you could have been putting a lot of, like I said, effort, time, energy into something and just collecting all these burdens, but it would not have been fruitful. So take out resumes. It could be you investing your time into a relationship with a person. This could be you investing your time into a job or career or whatever contract that was appealing or it seems appealing to you at this time or in the recent past. Whatever it is, it would have been some fuckery. I'm just looking at this right here, which is justice. It would have been some sort of injustice, a fucked up judgment call when if you would have went through, let's say for example, right, a fucked up judgment, justice call could be, you go to court and you're trying to get out of a contract with an abusive, I don't know, record label. Think of like Kesha or something. She was in that freaking, or Britney Spears. They're in these like abusive contracts, but honestly, the courts, okay, there's justice here, will uphold those abusive contracts because a contract is a contract, right? It's written, it's signed, sealed, and delivered. So Spirit blocked you from having something signed, sealed, and delivered to the devil. Okay? Yeah. Signed, sealed, and delivered into some bullshit. Okay? So that's what I'm getting. Let's clarify this fool. And it's always unfortunate when it's like a really good person and they just have to deal with some bullshit because they signed a contract. Okay, so you don't want to be signing no physical or spiritual contracts that karmic karmically are going to have to be upheld. It's not fun. It's not cool. All right. So, like I said, spirit is going to block you or have already blocked you from shit. Might be bitter right now, but boy, oh boy, you're gonna see why it's sweet. Okay. Clarified is full. Seven of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. Because someone would have had you off your rocker, unstable. Again, going back to this tower in reverse. They would have had you in the tower upright. But to save you with this Fool energy, Spirit's like, I know you're naive. I know you want to make this decision. I know you want to go through it, this decision, but please don't. Please don't. Just in the calmest way. Please don't. Okay? Because I feel like something is meant to knock you off. Ace of Wands, bottom of the deck. Something is meant to make you unstable, but these are upright. So you're, even though you might have been naive or too eager, right? I feel like these are upright because Spirit is going to block that eagerness, that naivete, if I said it right, away from you. So you're still going to remain stable and you're still going to remain solid in what you got to do and grounded. Okay? But be careful. Someone trying to pull you into a contract. Or forming spiritual bonds and cords with people who are going to lead you into a karmic cycle. All right, so let's pull some more, see what else Spirit has for you, Gemini. Yeah, 10 of Wands. You don't want all of that. Okay, you don't need to carry all of that. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit. So go within, use your discernment, okay? Really follow your inner light with this Hermit to realize or recognize what isn't for you with this 10 of Wands. You don't, like I said, you don't need all of that. You don't need to be, like I said, dealing with the unfortunate judgment, because even the spiritual courts have to uphold contracts, you know? Going back to being naive, I just feel like that's what Spirit is wanting you to be aware of. Don't fall for the okie doke, you know? Yeah. But either way, I feel like you'll be okay with that, but I still feel like someone else is still trying to um, pry into your life, your whatever's going on. Like I said, they thought, you know, yeah, like someone thought that they were going to get you. They thought they would be able to pull one over on you. Let's clarify this 10 of Wands. and thought rejected. Knight of Swords in reverse. So swords represent communication, the air signs, right? What's in someone's mind. So they thought they would come in, but they were sent in the other direction. Like I said, this block could be from you or from your spiritual team. And also, like I said, maybe if you're trying to manifest something, you visualizing it in one way, Spirit is saying detach. Yeah, Spirit is asking you to detach from something. This could be a manifestation, a person, a place, a thing, I don't know. Detach from something. How you think something is supposed to go, feel, smell, taste, all of that. Detach. All right, so yeah, I feel like that's the vibe Spirit is wanting you to do. Just detach from a lot of things, not become disassociated with the world, like you're just in la la land or whatever, but detach from controlling certain things or trying to force certain outcomes. Yeah. Yeah. So this is going in both ways. Again, for you, Spirit is asking you to detach and not try to force certain outcomes. And for someone else in your energy, they're trying to say, like they're trying to force you into a contract, into a bond, form some sort of cord to people by way of tricking you. Like I said, they thought. So someone could be trying to, like I said, force something with you by way of tricking you, by way of lying or being deceptive in some form. So whatever it is, take it how it resonates. All right. Clarify this hermit. We have the world in reverse and death in reverse. Yeah, so like I said with this hermit, using your discernment to see the truth really, because the hermit walks around with his lantern, okay, to see what's going on, and his stick too. So that could be like a walking stick, or them sticks that blind people use, okay, those canes. So it's like Spirit is giving you tools to make a decision, use your discernment, but just don't fall for willy nilly, the okey doke. Like if someone is offering, yeah, that's why this world is in reverse. Like I can offer you the world, Gemini. I can offer you your heart's greatest desire, and it's like, no, you can't. Okay, that's why this world card is in reverse. Your ancestors know that they can't, or your spiritual team, everybody, okay, your spiritual team know that they can't. They know that they can't. That's why this is a lie. This is in reverse. And your intuition knows that they can't. So someone is making promises of the world to you to force a connection. Or this could be your energy where you're trying to shape the world around you. Like I said, being too attached to your manifestation and a certain outcome, how it's supposed to look, and how everything's supposed to run, like control. So this is saying like the world is not in your hands; it's in the universe's hands. Okay, your spirit team Is death in reverse? I'm hearing before this ends you. Yeah, so on behalf of you, your spirit is making a team decision before something ends you. Death, because the death card also for me represents the ancestors, passed on loved ones, right? So before you have to meet them too soon, prematurely, right? Before something ends you, ends your career, ends your happiness, ends your stability, they are going to end it for you. All right, so let's pull an oracle and then we want to close this out. Oracle for Gemini. Alchemy and celestial alignment. Bottom of the deck is brazen. Yeah, so overall, your thought energy. So someone was bold and brazen to think that maybe that they could control you, control the outcomes of your life. And shit, maybe for you, like I said, Gemini, maybe you are brazen and bold enough to think that you can control the outcomes. All right, but Spirit saying no to both. Okay. All right, so we have Queen Nefertiti, alchemy. Yeah, this is the powers above you. All right, so like I said, your spiritual team working their magic around you to block things that aren't supposed to be in your energy and to block people that aren't supposed to be in your energy. Okay? Celestial alignment, same thing, aligning you. You are aligned with spirit so much so you are the ancestors or your spirit team babies so much so that you need to be aligned with them more. So let's read real quick and then I'm gonna head it out. Alchemy. You are an alchemist. You have the power to bend universal energy. Dare to transmute lead into gold by shifting from fear to love using your discernment. That's what that gives me. Everything you desire, okay, right here. Everything you desire exists in some form of loving energy. Again, it exists in some form. So you can't force something to manifest a certain way when it exists in multiple forms. All right? Match this frequency. Didn't I say look, taste, smell, trying to manifest all of that? Okay, she says, see it in your mind's eye first. Imagine it. I am loved fully. What does it look like? I'm sorry, what does it look, taste, and smell like to be loved unconditionally? I am happy and healthy. See it? I am a money magnet. What does it feel like? Everything I touch turns to gold. Interesting. What was this, 41? So yeah, with that, when you're manifesting, you can't, yes, you could visualize the look, the smell, the taste, but you can't force the outcome to happen. But when you understand and you understand alchemy and the law of attraction, I feel like you'll be much better. Well, you already do. Okay? You know, I'm just saying. Celestial alignment. Your excuse me, your natural path is to be in alignment with your own divinity. Alchemy. Okay? So your natural path is to be in alignment with your own divinity slash alchemy. No one can take from you what they didn't give to you. You thought, okay? So they thought that they would be able to put you in some sort of energetic contract or physical one and take from you. But because your spiritual team is so majestic, they was like, get the freak out of here. Okay? Get that nasty alchemy, that nasty magic out of here. Okay? That thieving energy away. Goodbye. Again, going back to feelings. How do you want to feel? You think often about what you want, but goddess energy speaks to us in feelings. So I'm gonna leave that there because I don't want this to be too long. But feelings, okay? So not forcing things how you see it, but feel things out. Allow spirit to, I don't know, flow with you. All right, so I'm gonna leave that there. Thank you so much for watching, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I was about to say thank you so much for watching again, but I already said that. If you want to book a personal, all that is down below. All right, bye.